Straight confusion. See? That's Satan. Don't want the information to get out. Okay? But I learned my lesson through previous videos. Pause it when the cars go by so Jay can hear it. Because sometimes them cars be having all type of pipes and noise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To where it drowned out some of the information.
Chinese have been brutally repressing the Uyghur minority for some years now. What they will not want is for the Uyghur minority to be invigorated by what's happening in Afghanistan, seen as an opportunity for them to start making life difficult for the Chinese authorities in Beijing. So, you know, the Chinese are wary on the one hand, but they see it as an opportunity on the other, which is why they're keeping the embassy open.
Now, Russia is also keeping its embassy in Kabul open for the moment. Do we know what Russia's priorities are now? Does it also see a potential opportunity in Afghanistan?
It's looking for opportunities. Whether it sees one particularly clearly at the moment, I wonder. Remember that the Russians don't have a particularly comfortable relationship with the Taliban. They fought a war against the Mujahideen in the 1980s. They resented deeply the fact that the Taliban in the 1990s recognized the independence of Chechnya, which the Russians were involved in a civil conflict with on two wars, the end of the 90s, beginning of the 2000s. They've not forgotten that. They've described the Taliban as a terrorist organization, but they're realists. And the Russians will be concerned primarily at the moment to make sure that the conflict doesn't spread from Afghanistan into the neighboring countries of Central Asia, which by and large are allies of Russia. So that's going to be its main concern, to stop the possible ideological spread of the Taliban's influence into Central Asia, and to stop too the possible spread of the drug trade from Afghanistan into Central Asia, and from Central Asia into Russia.
All right, Rob Parsons, thank you very much.
Oh, we mentioned the drug trade. Okay? Which I forgot about that. Now, it's telling you. Okay, let me show y'all what it said. Okay, there. That's what we was looking at, right? Right there. Okay. It says, analysts, China, Russia keeps embassy open in Afghanistan. That was 6 days ago. Okay. Now, they mentioned how the Russians was fighting the Mujahideen, which is the Taliban, in there. And the Russians look at the Taliban as terrorists, but America was helping the Taliban. Okay? Now, the Russians supposed to be gone. Why they got an embassy there? So, is Russia still in Afghanistan? Oh yeah, because they got an embassy. But according to the article, which I go back and read it, because fresh your memory, because Jake will lose it. Okay? Jake will lose what I just said. Okay? This is the article I'm reading. Okay? And we in September 1986, the U.S. provide the Mujahideen with shoulder-held anti-aircraft singular missiles, which turned the course of the war. Soviets began to negotiate withdrawal. February 15, 1989, the last Soviet leaves Afghanistan, ending 10 years of occupation. As long as you got an embassy in Afghanistan or anywhere in the world, you're still occupied there.
Right.
It's still occupation. You see? So are the Russians gone? No. Because they looking to get the resources up out of there in Afghanistan. And they also mentioned the drug trade. Okay? Now, I'm showing y'all all this for a reason. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you this too, so we can get an understanding of this. Who the Afghani people are. The Pashtuns. Okay? Now, the ethnicity of the Afghanistan.
Ethnicities frequently mentioned on the web include Pashtun, Tajiks, Hazaras, and others.
Pashtuns. That's how you pronounce it, Pashtuns. Okay, so like it. Thought it was Pushtuns, but it's Pashtuns. Now, that's the Pashtuns. That is the majority of the Afghanistan people, the Pashtuns. Now, I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. Let me look at something first. All right. I wanted to give you the percentage of what is the most population of Afghanistan.
In 2019, the population of Afghanistan was 38,754,754.
That's not it. Are the Pashtuns are the Pashtuns the majority of people that's in Afghanistan? So lucky y'all. What is the majority people ethnicity in Afghanistan?
According to both less than B greater than population, less than B greater than review. As you would expect, there is a diverse range of ethnic groups within the country. Of the 31 million or so Afghan residents, 42% are Pashtun, 27% Tajik, 9% Hazara, 9% Uzbek, 4% Imok, 3% Turkmen, 2% Baloch, and 4% fall into an unspecified other group.
So the majority of the population is Pashtun, right? That we can see. That's a statement, boy. Now I'm showing y'all this for a reason. See? 42% are Pashtun. So the popularity, the majority of the ethnicity in Afghanistan, but you got a mixture there, but the most is Pashtun at 42%. Okay? Now let's get the nationality of the Pashtun. Right? Now, I was doing some research, and what I came across is the anthropology and the linguistics, right? The anthropology, anthropology goes in the study of humans, and linguistics goes into the language. So it says right here, it says, thus the Pashtuns are often classified as a Iranian people. Now, remember what Afghanistan is. Okay? Afghanistan, that's Afghanistan, right? And that's Iran, right? And you got these, you got the Pashtuns of 42% of Afghanistan. They saying that they are descendants of Iran. Okay? So Iran is Elam in the Bible, and they are the Persians. So you got Elam predominantly is the majority of Afghanistan. Okay? Which are Iranians. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you this, which they got mixtures of groups there. But like it said in Google, the percentage of Pashtun is predominantly in that land of Afghanistan. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is what I got here. It says anthropology and linguistics. You see the highlighted part in the yellow? That's what I was reading. Now, they might mention Europeans and all that because of Alexander and all that, you know, conquerors of war. You know, when war, you got men raping the women, sleeping with the women, and they produce fruit, okay? But what they come to find out is the Pashtuns go back to the Iranians, which is Elam, okay? Let me hit that again. Okay, you see the highlighted part? That's what I was reading. And then down here, okay, then it says down here, let me see. It said these Pashtuns compose their core ethnic, let me see. These Pashtuns compose their core of ethnic Pashtuns who are predominantly an Iranian people, are found in southern and eastern Afghanistan and western Pakistan. Okay, that's why I was reading that right. Let me see here. Right there, if you can see it. That's why I was reading that right there with my finger here. So you have to check it out. But they saying the ethnicity of the Pashtuns is predominantly an Iranian people. So now we're getting an understanding of what's going on. Now we understand the ethnicity of the Taliban, okay, the Mujahideen, and we understand what the word Taliban means. It means student, which they, when the war of Russia and the Afghanistani people took place, you had a lot of their children fleeing to Pakistan and Iran, and the Pakistan had taught them war tactics. Okay, taught the children the war tactics when the war with Russia was taking place in the 80s during the time of Reagan. Okay, now their children have came back, and that's what you see. That's in Afghanistan. It's the children of the people who had a war with the Russians. That's what you see in there. Okay, and they are descendants of what? Of who? Iran. Okay, so that's who America was dealing with, descendants of Elam. Now you got to remember, according to the scriptures, America is going to go against Iran, okay? And Russia is going to step in and help Iran. In other words, help Elam, okay? Pursuing Ezekiel 38, okay? Now, what I want you to do is read Proverbs 21, 1 and 2.
All right. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, as the rivers of water. He turneth it wheresoever he will. Verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes.
Because the Americans think that they're right by being in Afghanistan. Okay? But what it is the Heavenly Father that's controlling them and put them in that area. And in the mind of the Americans and the elites, they are thinking that they helping the Afghani people by being there occupying their land. Okay? Nah, it's all the plan of the Lord. Okay? So read that again.
All right.
Finish that off when you read that verse 2. Finish it all off, and then jump back up to verse 1.
Okay. But the Lord YAHAWASHI pondereth the hearts.
So what the Heavenly Father and His Son would do would examine the heart, meaning your mind. That's the Hebrew word la, which means mind. So the Most High, YAHAWASHI knows the mind of Esau. Okay? And he know Esau ain't right. But in Esau's eyes, he's in Afghanistan, right? Dealing with them Afghani people, and he thinking that he helping the people. But the Most High got him over there for a reason in that area. So start back up at the top again.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of YAHAWAH Shem Yahushua.
So the mind of the kings going into the elites, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Warburgs, the Oppenheimer, going into the mind of the elites, they gonna tell America, stay there. Even though they got it all on the news where they leaving and all that, nah, you're gonna have to stay there because guess what? We want that dope that's in, let me see. We want that dope that's in Afghanistan. We need that up out of there. Okay? Now I'm gonna show you something. Afghanistan resources. Let's see. What kind of resources does Afghanistan have? It ain't coming up. Okay. I'll read you some of it. Okay, not all of it. But Afghanistan is rich. Afghanistan is rich in resources like copper, gold, oil, natural gas, uranium, coal, iron, lithium, lead, zinc. You know what I'm saying? So they got it. Okay, they got resources in their land. But what's the main thing America is after? The opium.
Right.
See, the heroin. Because see what it is China and Russia, they got factories to mine that stuff, the other stuff, and produce it and get profit out of it. That's why China's in there, because of those resources. Okay? Because of those resources, because Afghanistan got other resources. That's why Russia's there, because Afghanistan got other resources. China and Russia got the capacity to mine those things and produce it and make profit. America don't. America, all they know how to do is get the dope. See? That's why the Russia and China's in there, because Afghanistan got resources. But like I said, America, all they know how to do is get the dope. They don't have the manufacturers produce and make profit off of those other resources. So they go after the dope. Okay? Now I'm gonna prove something to you that America go. I'm gonna prove something to you. War Machine trailer. War Machine trailer, opium. Let's see if this is it. I think I sent it to you, bro. You got it? Oh, let him see it. Well, let me see. Let me do it. Because I'm going to play certain things. YouTube. Hold on, I'm playing. Y'all bear with us. I'm trying to get it for y'all so y'all can see. I'm trying to paint the picture. Let me see the War Machine Brad Pitt while the U.S. lost the war in Afghanistan. Okay, this is in the movie, right? And I'm gonna I'm gonna play some of it, I ain't gonna play all of it. But this is the trailer. And if they strike me, so be it. Fuck it. We're going in.
Inside the mind of Glenn McMahon, you really need first to get a handle on the madness horrors of modern American war.
Lieutenant Colonel Frank Groom, welcome to Kandahar, sir. Nice to meet you, Frank. Here to get the lay of the land.
Counterinsurgency. In the good old days, wars were fought against conventional armies from nation states. Guys in uniforms, like Nazis and stuff. When, however, you've just gone and invaded a place that you probably shouldn't have, you end up fighting against just regular people. In regular people clothes. These guys are what are called insurgents. Basically, they're just guys who picked up weapons, because so would you if someone invaded your country. Funnily enough, insurgencies are next to impossible to defeat. And so, if you want to go on pretending you can win, you're really left with no option but to try to convince the country you've invaded that you're actually here to help.
See? That's what I was telling y'all. That in America mind, they in Afghanistan to help. And in that trailer, it just told you. Right. See? The Most High is playing a trick on these people.